Hello, hello. I hope all is well and that you're safe and sound. Okay, I know I'm in my chillware, but I really felt like I had to do this. So I have a little confession to make. For about the past week or so, I've really been into anti-MLM videos on YouTube. I know, why would I be, right? To kind of like give you a short summary, most MLMs are into like healthcare, dieting, supplements, how to lose weight super easily. They kind of promote it in a way that they have representatives, and you will see some people in your environment even that all of a sudden become a lifestyle coach or a health coach, and they will recommend you to use these shakes, these supplements, these detoxes. But it's actually kind of like a pyramid scheme. I'm not an expert on it, so I will put some links down below with the people that I am right now watching talking about these MLMs and being against them and explaining why. But I also discovered that there are certain hair brands that are actually part of that MLM world scheme, and that they have representatives that tell you that only these products work for your hair and make certain promises. So let me first off say that I am a certified trichologist. I specialize in natural hair care, and I am a product ingredient research junkie. So a trichologist is specialized in the science of the structure, the function, and or diseases of both the hair and scalp. I think that's very important to mention because that is the biggest reason why I want to go through one of these videos, or maybe multiple. I'm just going to see what I'm going to post just to give you an idea of what they say, and I will give you my trichology backed up opinion and advice, and I will tell you what's right and wrong, if that makes any sense. I found a link in one of the people that I follow doing these anti-MLM videos, and this is the anti-MLM scam, and I am going to just pick a video out and respond to it, I guess. Okay, so this is a video that is called Hair Detox, so I think that she's gonna talk about that. Let me just see. Okay, it's 8 minutes, not that long. So let's get through it and I will share my thoughts.
A detox, a hair detox, okay? I've had a lot of skeptical people say to me over the course of my few years doing this that there's no such thing as a detox of the hair. Whereas I do understand where they're coming from. They're getting this information from their stylist that, no offense ladies, because like I get it. I would be the same way. If I was still working in the salon and not able to sell these products, I would be a hater too. So I understand. But I'm here to clean the air, okay? So as a licensed cosmetologist.
Wait. Hold up. Take a pose. Okay. So first off, hair detox. I'm just gonna say it right away. There is no such thing as a hair detox. You can clarify, but you cannot, there's no such thing as a hair detox. There really isn't. And I'm not a hater, I'm so sorry. I don't need to hate. I don't know you. I don't know you. I never use the products. I'm not planning on doing that because I don't wanna become a representative, to be super honest. Oh, did I tell you? They're actually following me. So no, there's no such thing as a detox of the hair.
Stylist. I worked full-time with a full book in a very high-end salon for many years. Tons of training, tons of experience. I am here to spill the tea, okay? I don't know if I've ever said that before. But anyway, so let's talk about a detox. So people, one of the main reasons why our products are so great for your hair is they do not have buildup generating ingredients, okay? So that is what makes us different. In addition to that, it allows our healing ingredients to penetrate the hair and heal it from the inside out.
Okay, I'm gonna respond to she's going really quickly, to the first thing. let me just say I never tried out Monat hair products. Let me know if you would like me to share my thoughts on their ingredient lists, because that's the only thing I'm going to do. I'm not going to use the products. I'm not going to try them out. There are actual claims in court that, like lawsuits, like actual lawsuits, that people are losing their hair due to these products, and that's not what I'm gonna try out. So I can do that. But when it comes to it contains ingredients that don't cause buildup on the hair, there are thousands of brands that don't have build-up prone ingredients or products. That's not like a special thing, honestly. What did she say after that? I don't remember anymore.
Treat the hair and heal it from the inside out. So,
Okay, so it contains ingredients that heal the hair from inside out. Interesting.
some people might experience, or you might have been told, right, that after using our products, their hair felt greasy, right? Or maybe their hair felt a little bit worse than it did when they first started using it, right? When they were using Pantene or OGX or whatever prior. And then they go, oh, well, money sucks, right? Well, I am here to let you know what that is and why it happens. Now, let me just put it out there first and foremost that 9.9 times out of 10, when someone is experiencing greasy hair, it is because they are not washing it properly, okay? But that's a whole nother IGTV. We can talk about that another time. I already have an IGTV on that, actually. What am I saying? It's old, but I want to update it.
Okay. Let me let her speak first before I comment.
Explaining this, okay? So let me know if you think you're having trouble with washing it. I think I'm going to make a highlight about it, too. But 9.9 times out of 10, grease is, don't mind the fireworks outside there every single night here in the city. But 9 times out of 10, it's not washing it correctly, okay?
Okay. It could be, but honestly, if the greasing or the greasiness gets worse after washing, even if you don't wash it correctly, as she says, if something gets worse, that normally means that one, the cleansing agents in the shampoo aren't strong enough to remove buildup, or two, instead of removing, it's adding even more buildup. Those are the two most common things that happen if your hair gets greasy after washing. Normally, it would be that it gets dry or stripped and then eventually gets greasy, if you get what I mean. I do really need to check their ingredients to say that for sure, but that is what comes to my mind currently after hearing this. And if you would wash your hair incorrectly, then still the product would do its job, but not on every single spot. So you would feel like, for example, the perimeter is clean because you focused on that, but the rest of the hair and scalp isn't, if that makes any sense.
But let me break something down for you. So, the majority of you, if you are hearing me and you do not use money, you have buildup causing ingredients in your products, okay? So we're talking silicones, we're talking waxes, we're talking parabens, we're talking mineral oils, okay? And the way that these things work is they're what makes your shampoo so cheap. So they're not actually improving your hair. They are not improving the integrity. They're not making it healthier. They're literally coating it with plastic, okay? I want you to think about silicone, okay?
Okay, when it comes to silicones don't occur in shampoos that much. It's very rare. I haven't seen that as an ingredient in a shampoo in a while. Conditioners, yes, but shampoos normally not. So I don't get why she is referring to shampoos. If you would say like conditioners, then I can get what she's saying, but shampoos, no.
My tub in the bathroom has a bead of silicone around it. When the Comcast guy came and drilled a hole to the outside of my house, he filled the surrounding part of the hole around the wire with silicone, okay? Silicone's purpose is to keep air and water out, to create a barrier. So you're putting that on your hair, okay?
It's not incorrect what she's saying. The only thing that I do want to say, it's a different type of silicone. It's the same as, for example, like silicone that they inject in the butts, like the illegal stuff, which causes people to lose limbs and stuff. That is the type of silicone that she's talking about. That's not the same silicone as they use in hair products. No. But I do get like how she's trying to explain it, but yeah, it's not the same.
Except it's not as available to the naked eye as if you're looking at like a caulk gun with silicone. But that's what it is. Same thing with the waxes, with the parabens. So what you're doing is you are coating your hair in silicone. That the purpose of this, lab created, not good for you ingredient is to keep air and water out. So it's like a band-aid. It makes your hair look shinier and healthier, feel shinier and healthier, but it's bullshit.
That is true, but I feel like silicones don't have to be bad if you use it in the right way. And if you remove it in the right way, like you can use silicone as your sealant. So if you use a product that contains silicone right, like after using all your nourishing and moisturizing ingredients, it actually creates that barrier, keeping the moisturizing ingredients and stuff that you added before inside of it. So it's just, in my personal opinion, I know that a lot of people are thinking different about this. It's all about the way that you use it and that you use products to remove it correctly.
It's not real. Your hair is not healthy. It is simply under this layer. And then you're applying heat, you're blow drying, you're flat ironing, and you're freaking laminating it, essentially. And your real hair underneath is nowhere to be found. It is under these layers and layers and layers. This is that video that you see of the hairstylist with the shears scraping somebody's hair and you see the gunk coming off. That is what I'm talking.
Yeah, I've never understood those videos because I would never allow someone with professional shears to go on my hair like that, because even if there would be silicone on it, you will still eventually, if you do it too often, damage my hair. And if I would not have silicone on, you would damage my hair. Like, why would you even want to try that? Why would you even want to experiment with that? Like, for real. Moving on.
Okay, so depending on the degree of buildup of these silicones, waxes, parabens that you have on your hair strands, when you start using a product that does not contain them and also helps to break it down and get rid of it, money, you might experience what some people call a detox, because that's technically what it is. You're ridding it of toxic ingredients. You're getting rid of something not good so that what's good can come out, okay? If that's on your hair strand, you can imagine that that's also in the follicle, which means that...
Now I want to know what the ingredients are in their shampoo. I'm so sorry. I'm going to Google this. And they use, I absolutely hate this ingredient, because you know what people are saying about sulfates? This ingredient is actually worse than sulfates when it comes to drying out the hair, because I know that a lot of people that are doing the curly girl method, for example, are really against sulfates, and they use a sulfate-free shampoo, and this is a replacement for that. But in the long run, this one actually dries your hair out even more. That is olivine sulfonate, and that is the third ingredient. And I see a lot of oils, so it is just coating. Now I get, and perfume pretty high. Now I get why she was talking about the greasiness. This will not detoxify or get rid of that buildup. Let me tell you that it won't. So that already is incorrect in my opinion. But let's hear her speak about the detox.
You're not getting oxygen to your follicle. It's like suffocating. You might experience thinning. You might experience hair not growing past a certain point because it's not able to fall out like our hair is supposed to, because it's essentially glued in there. So for me, when I first started, Monty, and this doesn't happen to a lot of people, but I was losing more hair than usual. And it made sense because I really wasn't losing any hair before because my hair was glued in my head. Because even though I loved Aveda, I was broke as shit before I got these products and started selling them, and I couldn't afford it. So I was using crap products. So my hair was like stuck here because all the hair that was supposed to fall out because it was in that telogen phase was glued in by these nasty ingredients.
Sorry. There I wish that silicones and stuff would work that way, because then we would all have at least a full head of hair. Maybe it wouldn't grow as long as she says because, you know, it's glued. But at least we would have like a full little bob. That is complete. I don't want to be disrespectful, but that is complete bullsh. Bullsh. Really is. It really is. There's no such thing as ingredients that make your hair glued to your follicle. No such thing. Hair is more prone to shedding more than to stay in longer or be glued in, like she said. So that's bullish.
So everything was stuck here. I was hardly losing any. So I started with money and got rid of all that buildup. So the hairs that were glued in came out so that new healthy hair could grow. So the first couple weeks to a month or so, I lost more hair. I didn't experience the greasy thing, but I have good friends that did because, you know, like Alex Appenzeller, for example, was using Pantene every day, sometimes twice a day, because her hair would get so greasy if she didn't wash it every day because of that buildup.
Let me see what she's referring to. Pantene. Pantene shampoo does contain dimethicone. That is a form of silicone. But it also contains sodium lauryl sulfate and sodium lauryl sulfate. Okay, well, this is a shampoo that contains silicones, but okay, yeah.
Our scalp secretes something called sebum, so does our skin. So if you have this lamination of silicones, waxes, and parabens on your hair, the sebum can't penetrate it because you've created a barrier. So it gets trapped here, your scalp gets really greasy, and then your ends get super dry because that oil is meant to penetrate the hair and come all the way down. So
okay, that's also incorrect. If there is sebum, depending on the texture of your hair, it will get through the hair and to the ends. If, like she says, there is a silicone layer on it, it will still be on the hair. The only thing is that it will not penetrate the hair, so you will also have greasy hair. But there's no such thing as sebum being stuck due to silicones in the follicle. That's incorrect. Because why would you have a greasy scalp then? That's impossible because the sebum was supposed to stay in the follicle, like she said. I don't know. Her expertise, she's the expert, I guess.
the process when you are getting rid of this buildup could look like losing a little bit more hair than usual, but rest assured that hair that's falling out was done growing anyway. It's supposed to come out. It's in that telogen phase, but it was locked in and glued in by these crappy ingredients. And now you're making room for the new hair to come out, okay? That's that.
Okay, she's really like into that. Okay, so let me just say, okay. If you have, like, on average, and this is average, this can be more or less depending on the person, you shed about 50 to 100 hairs a day. If you see an increase in what you normally lose, then you have a hair condition that is called, or a scalp condition that is called telogen effluvium, which basically is excess shedding, which occurs whenever your body feels like it has been in stress. So that can be due to anything. That can be due to literal stress, but also medication changes, anything that gives your body that hit of something new. So if you have that after using their products, then it means that the products are not good. The products cause that blow to your body. And you can call it detox. I call it dangerous. I call it signing up for hair loss. But that's me.
Magic that you see. If your hair is feeling really greasy, some people will get flakes because it's the silicone coming out of their follicle, coming off of.
I'm sorry to burst your bubble, ma'am, but flakes can be due to multiple scalp conditions. That doesn't have to be, like you say, silicones coming out of the scalp. And this is where I find that this is getting dangerous, because people with actual scalp conditions are being advised stuff that I don't care if you were a cosmetologist, because if you were, then shame on you, because this is not. You need to refer someone to an expert, not make up your own talk about silicones and right away say that that's flaking due to silicone use. She's getting on my nerves.
Their hair. Rest assured, it goes away. Now, these are extreme cases. This does not happen to everybody. I really hardly ever hear it. I've heard it a couple times over the course of the 2 years that I've been, promoting these products. But
that's where you say you're promoting these products. And that's the difference between someone who is certified or licensed to help you out with your hair and scalp problem and someone who wants to sell you something. I really, like, to be super honest, you can debate about MLMs whatever you want, but when it comes to something that is really dear to my heart, which is, scalp care, hair care, and to hear someone say these things without even looking at someone's scalp or hair, and just saying that is due to that is dangerous. I would never say, if a client says to me, my scalp is flaking, I'm not even sure what it would be then. By just basing it on a client saying my scalp is flaking. I would need to ask a ton of questions, then look at it with a scope, with my bare eyes, in multiple ways. Maybe advise them to do a biopsy to discover what's going on with their hair or with their scalp. Like, there's no such thing as just saying right now, your flakes, that's due to the silicones coming out of your scalp. Like, come on. If you tell your doctor, I have flakes on my skin, the doctor's not gonna just say, oh, that's just, you have psoriasis. No, flakes can come from every single thing. Eczema, allergies, maybe a fungus, a yeast. It can be everything. That's why they have their profession to help you out to really discover what's going on, instead of just saying something because you recognize one thing that they're saying.
Explain to you what that could be. So, once this process is done and you've rid your scalp, your follicles, your hair of this buildup, this gunk, okay? Now you're exposing your true hair. If your true hair under this layer, this barrier, is not in good condition, you are now exposing it and taking that fake Band-Aid off. So yes, when you take that fake Band-Aid off, there is a
or my camera died, so I don't know where we were. So let me just do the last part.
Products, the molecular structure is so small that it penetrates all the way into the innermost layer of the hair and rebuilds it and makes it healthier from the inside out. That is the crazy transformation pictures that you guys see. That does not happen overnight. That does not happen in one wash. And sometimes, depending on the condition of your hair and your scalp, the level of buildup, some takes longer than others. But if you're using a product that completely transforms your hair in one wash, chances are it's because you're putting a coating of something on top, because Rome wasn't built in a day. So depending on how much your hair has been through, how much processing, the natural state of your hair texture, the products that you've been using, you may experience some of these detox, for lack of a better word, symptoms, okay? But it means that it's getting rid of the bad stuff and making your hair available to be healed.
Just to kind of wrap this all up and respond to what she just said, that's the thing that I don't get with these brands. And it's not only like MLM brands or how you want to call it. If you say that silicones are the devil, which let's just keep that up in the air, okay? If you think silicones are the devil, they're coating, it's an illusion of how your hair is, why use that picture as your before if that is the illusion? Sorry, the illusion. So it would look good, right? Fake good, but it would look good. Why are these before pictures then horrible and frizzy? And because that's not what silicones do. They smooth out the hair. So how can the before picture with silicone on it look that bad then? I don't get that like comparison, because then you're contradicting what you're saying, in my opinion. So I found that weird. Healing hair. When hair is damaged, the majority isn't able to be saved anymore, as when it's like here. If your ends are split, you cannot glue them back again, okay? If you have high porosity hair due to over processing, that porosity cannot change into low porosity because the cuticles have been lifted due to the over processing. So what can help is using ingredients that help to close it or to fill those gaps that it's lacking, that is the damage, but it cannot get the same way as how it has grown out of your scalp, which is the newest part of your hair. That's just impossible. I'm gonna leave it at that. Let me know if you would like for me to do these videos more often. I don't like, to be super honest, I do not want to bash her. I feel like the company that she represents gives her the wrong information to make a product sellable. And I don't even care if the products work, to be honest. There are just certain things that you cannot say and you cannot advise towards someone if you don't have the background in it. And you can get training from a brand, but that is still from a brand perspective, which 9 out of 10 times their intention is to sell more, not to make sure that you address things in the right way if that can compromise their sales. That's it. You know, my education wasn't based on a brand. My education was based on scalp and hair without any label on it. And I think that that is the biggest difference. And that is the same thing with cosmetology school, or at least over here in the Netherlands. I don't know how it's in the States. You will work with multiple brands, but it's all about the techniques and what you do and the science behind that you learn, not with a brand. I do know that they have education when you work with a brand, but that is how to work with those brand products, if that makes any sense. I don't know. I find it difficult to listen to these things because I do feel like if you really have scalp and hair issues and you listen to this mostly crappy explanation, and hear someone twist certain like things that are true around to make it work for the brand or the product that they're selling, you can make people's hair and scalp conditions worse, and that is dangerous. I don't care if you need to pay your bills. That's just not the way that I would personally would like or want myself to make my money. With that being said, that's the end of this video. Like I said, let me know if you would like me to do more of these videos, and if you have any videos of these representatives that you would like me to review or talk about, then let me know or send me a link or whatever. You can do it through Instagram and my DM. That's maybe easier. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.